NFL seasons, 4 Carolina, 3 Washington, Coastal Carolina to Pamplona. Redskins corner. All right, let's look at this nonsense and explain what the hell you were thinking.
That's nonsense. You better stop already. That is nonsense.
First of all, I thought it was, I saw it and I thought, Josh, your coaches are going to go nuts. Did you tell them you were going to do it?
No. I mean, but they kind of already knew. I think I gave a hint of what I was going to do. But
is that you right there with the camera?
Huh?
Is that right? Is that you with the camera? Oh, no, that's you right there jumping.
That's me right there. Somebody had recorded that.
So were you scared?
Was I scared?
You wouldn't. You're running with a bull.
No.
You didn't have any anxiety.
I think the excitement of it.
Did you do it by yourself?
Yes. Nobody else could do it.
So you flew over there and said, I'm going to run with the Bulls. I've watched video.
You know, crazy thing is, I didn't even think I was going to do that. I really didn't. Like, as soon as I got into the arena, I just saw all those people that were surrounded. It just felt like a gladiator moment.
Right.
You know, you was in the Coliseum of the Sands, you know, and you was in that moment, and they just let a bull out. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this. And then as soon as the bull came out, it was just running around, taking people out left and right.
It was.
It was. And I was just like, people running by it, just going by and just like tapping it, and then would move out the way of it, and it would just gore somebody. And I just saw it, and I was like, okay, well, everybody just run by it. I started doing the calculations in my mind and myself, and I was like, why don't I just jump over it?
And you did.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I was just trying out my new booster package that I got from the Dark Knight system. So, you know.
Did Washington, your team, call you about it?
Did they call me about it? I don't think they called me about it. No, nobody called me about it. I got a text message, but they didn't say nothing.
What did your friends say when they texted you?
Oh, nothing. I mean, they was just, you know, they thought I was crazy. That was the first thing that came to mind. But
would you do it again?
They should already knew that. Would I do it again?
Yeah.
I mean, if the opportunity presented itself, why not?
Oh, Lord.
I look at it like this. Like, you can't sit up here and we talk about, you know, what would someone do if they weren't put in that position. For me, literally, like, you can go outside your front door, right? And you can get in the car, and there's an accident, right?
Do you know most people die within 15 minutes of their house?
Exactly my purpose.
Yeah,
no, my point.
You have to get in the car to get to work.
Yeah, she makes a good point. You have to drive. You don't have
to. But then again, like, is that something that you, like, obviously you obligated to do that to get to work and all that other stuff. But when you have fun, what do? You can have fun doing anything in life, right? And then you get hurt doing it. Do you have a regret?
Yeah, I think I would.
We have a policy, Colin and I.
But then,
if the fun might end up in like death or extreme pain,
we don't do it.
Yeah,
you don't do it.
If I can, yeah. I mean, I've never gone out of
me. I don't see it that way.
Well, how do you see it?
Well, I see it as taking on a challenge that I'm excited to do. So I run straight at it.
So you run straight at your challenges.
I run straight at my challenges. Why avoid them? Why go to the left or right?
Well, in all fairness, he also does run full speed into other people.
I mean, I live on the edge all my life.
You ran full speed at Gronk. Gronk didn't have horns, but it's kind of the same thing.
No, but I look at it like this. I mean, you can live life and die tomorrow, or you can die and never lived. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Like, you can live and die and not have anything worth it, or you can die and never live.
All right. It sounds like something Thoreau would say, or some great author. That sounds great until you got a bull running at you.
Yeah, but it's like the thrill of it.
All right.
I mean, I'm running straight at the bull. I mean, the bull running straight at me. Who's going to win? I look at it as an obstacle, illusion. Like, okay, I'm faking out my defender. Like, at any given moment, I grew up and I lived on the edge all my life. I play there, cornerback. I'm by myself. I'm really in that whole dimension of, are you going to beat me or I'm going to beat you?
Speaking of that, you know, your most famous confrontation was with Odell Beckham Jr. Well, I mean, it was feisty.
Who says?
Well, I say it was feisty as heck. By the way, now he's in Cleveland. He's an interesting player. Give me some insight on how expressive is he during games. What is Odell going to do in Cleveland? What is your takeaway on him?
I don't know. He's not in the division no more, so
you don't care about him.
No, I mean, I don't say I care about him. He's a great player. I mean, I had a couple conversations with him this offseason. He's a cool guy. I mean, we had conversations. We squash whatever that is that the media brought up to being something. We don't even have that anymore. I think he grew up from that. Literally, he grew up from all that stuff. And now it looks like he's on a team, and whoever knows what's going to happen, I don't. I mean, I play for D.C., so I don't know what they're going to do down there in Cleveland. But other than, what his teammates and they got down there, they have a crew of guys that's very talented. They can go far if they put it all together, but who knows?
We were talking about Aaron Rodgers today. He's got a new coach, and a lot of people feel like McCarthy was holding him back, and now Aaron's the coach. And Aaron's really talented. Nobody disputes that. He's kind of like Patrick Mahomes. He was Patrick Mahomes about 8 years ago. We're like, who's this dude that we didn't watch a lot in college with a Superman arm who moves around a lot and does crazy trick throws? And Aaron and Patrick kind of feel that same way. You've faced Aaron Rodgers. He also has a reputation as cocky, get after guys, can tick teammates off. You got an Aaron Rodgers story?
Do I got a story? I always got a story for the wizard. I call him the wizard, man, because that guy, he can do it all.
Right.
He can do it all. So I would say when they came to us, they played us, it's always a battle of wits between me and him. It's always something that we battle because of where we at in the league. How high he is in the quarterback IQ and myself and the defensive back IQ. And literally, we're playing cat and mouse the whole game. I'm trying to set him up, and he's definitely setting me up. So I would say it was when they played us at our home in Washington, D.C., we was down probably on the 15, 20-yard line going in. I was on his number one receiver, Devontae Adams.
You were on him, yeah.
All right, and I think the play was actually going to go to the offense's left side like a run, and I was on the defensive left. So me and Devontae was one-on-one in this play, and Devontae was looking directly at me. A-Rod was looking over at Devontae, giving him the eye like, you already know he's going to check fade here. And he was going to do a back shoulder. I know this kind of because I already see how he moves, and I watch enough film, and I know how A-Rod, kind of prepares for these games. So I look at Devontae. I move slightly a hair outside of my alignment. He checks me and watch. He never looks back at A-Rod. And A-Rod trying to check, get his attention. The crowd's going crazy. So Devontae finally looked back at A-Rod. By the time then, the ball had snapped, and then he ended up running like a little in route. And A-Rod was going there first, and he had to eat it. And, man, after that play.
What happened?
I think he gave him some choice words. He gave him a lot of choice words.
You heard it?
Did I hear it? I went up to it and tried to say, hey, relax. He's okay. Leave him alone.
And Aaron was ticked.
He was hot. But, it was about the game, though, itself, just looking and trying to, outwit each other. But I can say that he is definitely over, head over shoulders of anybody that as far as competing-wise in this league at that position. I mean, you only got like a handful of guys who's at that level, and he's one of them.
By the way, Dwayne Haskins, who I liked out of college at Ohio State, he's young. I don't know if he's quite ready to start, although I think he has a chance to be really, really good. Right. What have you seen of him? What do you know of him so far? Because he may be pressed into starting duty, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, he just may be. But the thing is whoever is going to give us the best opportunity to win games, that's all I care about, really. If he's pressing to the line and he's the better choice, then guess what? We'll go with him. But if he's not, then we'll go with, other quarterback. And that's all great, and that's all fine and dandy. Whoever is the quarterback, we got to start with that.
What have you
first.
seen with him?
What I've seen, he's got a big arm. I mean, he has a big arm. He has a talent to be in the league that, he can last long. In case he's there too, he's going to help him, support him. We got Colt too. So you can't really look out side of him so much than you can the other guys that's on the field, battling for that position, because he's a big kid, man. He's coming to his league, and he can do some things, some great wonders, but it's going to take him some time.
So we're about a week or two away from teams reporting to camp. Do you go into camp in game shape, or do you, obviously physically you need to hit for about 2 to 3 weeks to get ready? How much work do you do pre-camp? Where are you at physically? Where are most NFL veteran star players at physically this morning?
Where are they at?
Where are you at? Are you in shape? Are you ready to go? What does camp provide for you that you don't already have?
Getting in shape.
So you'll get in.
Getting your win. I think getting your win for, that type of battle that you're about to face. You can never, no matter how much you try to work out, you can never get in shape for what's going to take place. But you getting put on full pads, you going after each other, competitive level, always going to be at a high. You're in training camp, so you obviously going against folks that, you normally wouldn't practice for, you wouldn't train for, as I would say, when you're training by yourself or with another group of guys. When you put those pads on and that helmet, you got an extra package of gear that's on you, and you're going against guys that's, you wouldn't go against in your regular training. So that's obviously going to come into play where you have to exercise in that sense of getting your wind up. Right. And able to withstand that in the football season. And so for me, I look at it like I exercise my mind more so than I do my body. My body's going to take care of itself. It always have. I try to take as much time as I can off of it because I'm 6 on, 6 off kind of, if you look at it. So I can actually have more juice at the end.
That's a great point.
Oh, that's an excellent point. Like literally, you got some guys who, as soon as the season's over, guess what they do? A week later, they in the weight room, and they continue to go all the way up until training camp. Like, you're going to burn yourself out. You literally are going to burn yourself out because you don't have any more left in the tank. And that guy, you can try to see, they start to peak. Not really peak, but they start to get into an extra level of another season when the playoffs time comes.
Yeah.
And that's literally where you want to be. I'm peaking again, And for me, I always look at it like I train my mind so much so I know what's coming, so I condition myself and I push myself to another level.
And finally, I want to go back to that Pamplona, Spain, jump on the bull stuff. NFL's been airing football games now for over a decade in Europe. Did anybody know who you were? I heard
nobody knew who I was. Probably like a handful of guys, but they stopped and they took pictures, but nobody knew who I was. And the crazy thing is, one guy in the green, he knew who I was because of his girlfriend.
Really?
Literally, he knew I was for his girlfriend. He was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this because she's gonna give me so many cool points. And the thing is, he ended up taking the whole video of what transpired.
That's him taking the video?
That's him taking the that's a fan in the stands that took a video that sent it to me.
Otherwise you wouldn't have video of this stuff.
I wouldn't have video.
This would be a life experience you didn't even tape.
No, but the thing is, I had it, but you can't take anything in there with you. Like when you run, I was running, right? And I had the GoPro, and one of my friends that was with me at the time, the police saw me with the GoPro and tried to kick me out. So he ended up taking GoPro out with him, and then I ran the whole race. So I ran it all the way through, and then I got into the arena. And once I got into the arena, I started to jump. And when I started to jump, they started chanting his name, and I didn't know what it was until I was told, you are the jumper. So the name was El Saltador.
And they were yelling that to you?
They was yelling it to me.
El Saltador.
That was crazy. So I go to that place. They don't know me from Adam Hascat. I'm not, Josh Norman from Washington Redskins there. I'm El Saltador, the guy who jumps. The man who jumps, like the Matador.
I like that.
It's crazy, man. And they started chanting it. So I started going across the streets and getting pictures taken of me as being a jumper. So I had to get up out of there. It was too much.
Too much.